everything on the site, and you can't really do anything about it.
Plus, with those lineups as well, there are so many 0 points that just aren't able to be shot out at the time either.
And I mean, already coming out, there is a ton of picks going out for Radiance. Cheat code is... I like seeing cheat code on the duelist here, and it's already coming out. Pain, though. Knowing that Pain has really good utility, it's going to be very, very hard to get past Pain, especially as that Cypher, but as it seems already, Radiance is going to be making their way over to B site on the pistol.
They're going to make their way towards the B site after drawing that rotation towards A. And have that spike going down. Not quite in that default position, but Venture only has 1 HP in a dream. DK with that ghost though, and that 0 point's going to be huge as far as getting some information. It's going to be shot down though.
Oh, Seth. He's going to clean one out, and Pony's trying their best to be able to get this retake down so that defusal can come down with it, but ZK being left all by their lonesome and being held for contact here. Through the wall, especially, Seth is just going to close this off in a 3K. And that first point going over to Radiance.
So those Spectre buy-ups, sorry about that. And I'm kind of sad that we're not seeing the Sky versus Sky, but at the same time, Breach is huge on this map. The fact that, you know, a couple patches ago, we had those Breach buffs come out. All of the utility has essentially gotten just larger. And like you said, it might be a large map, but the sites themselves are small. So that Rolling Thunder does a lot of work when that ultimate is up. And Venture's going to find one with that 0 point there, suppressing the Astra. ZK not able to lay down any smokes, but I don't think... They may not have even had any stars available at that point anyways for the save.
The Spectre is gonna let this aggressiveness come through, but Radiance just has to figure out what site they want to be pushing through. Although there's so many close corners to be playing off of, TSM might just be able to get a couple rifles in their hands, and I mean, cheat code with the util, getting this damage down and being able to get these picks while doing it. The space is already created, and that's gonna allow Radiance to get this site pretty free here.
Spike planted.
And they do manage to plant Spike rather than undercover for this A main positioning. I think it's going to be a hard retake from the side of TSM. There is a lot of poke already on one of the players, the Rays. And the Cypher camera is going to get that information on ZK as well, just slowing that push a little bit more.
Oh, and trying to use some of that util to get this retake through, but it's getting pretty hard. Although TSM is faring out pretty well, they don't really have a lot of the players being taken down, and it seems like Radiance is trying their best to survive here, but I don't think TSM is going to be able to get the spike down regardless as Venture gets that 3K down. Oh my. I mean, in general, the spike could not have gone down, but there couldn't have been a more how can you say it? I can't curse. How can you say it here?
Unfortunately, I'm not able to read your mind, so I'm not going to be able to finish your sentence there, Gompers. But I do want to point out, I mean, I think it's interesting that TSM FTX Academy, starting off on the defense, has actually elected for that double duelist comp instead of playing for, you know, more util heavy composition like I mentioned. I mean, at the very least, you do have the Rays who has the paint shells, can, you know, slow some choke points in that way, throwing them out, doing a little bit of damage, warding off the pushes in, and it's like gonna be farming some alt orbs here. Cheat code ready with that boom bot to make an entry.
Oh, and right there, you're gonna see a flash coming out. Cheat code is inside of that gravity well, and Pony knows it, trying to at least get some damage through. Maybe a pick if so, but it seems like TSM is gonna be able to take down a ton of the members on the side of Radiance, and only leaving KO on the floor, not being able to get rezzed. Right now, TSM took that back extremely fast.
They did have that gun advantage, to be completely fair, and the crossfires on site were impeccable. I mean, Venture tried to make that entry with the null command. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite enough to push back the defenders or to cause enough discord. They didn't quite need the utility when they had those crossfires coming out, and coming into round 4 now, we are going to largely see rifles across the board, and Seth is actually one away from that neural theft as well, so that could be really huge, especially on a map like Fracture. The fact that it is so large, getting that information early on is going to be massive. But we're actually going to see both sides pushing out towards spawn, where Seth is just waiting. I'm kind of holding my breath for Seth here right now.
Oh, it's just a lurk coming along. It's going to take a lot of the players out, but Cheat Code is in a very difficult position. Not anymore. Being able to get themselves out. Payan knows that majority of the players are now A side, and here's that plant coming down. That's going to be some information for TSM. And now Radiance just has to hold this very, very closely. Venture might have some utility here, possibly to be able to use, but right now Pony waiting with the team, with the crew right behind him.
Decop's got this flank here. Morphine just slowly clearing things out a little bit for TSM. Attackers are kind of falling here, though, and able to catch Fiend off guard. Really unfortunate positioning. Venture's last alive.
Oh, the timing on that was insane. Peeking the moment that, you know, that Molly was coming through. But the defusal is going to be coming down, though. TSM did take this back. It's a 2-2, though. We do have, I believe, rifles coming out on both sides this time, or is it a save? It is a save.
There should be a save, yeah. Really unfortunate timing with that piece of utility that was pulled out by Venture. They were not expecting the flank coming out from Decop for sure, and I think that's especially considering the fact that Seth likely told the rest of Radiance, okay, I heard the boom bot, I know that they should be coming through Dish together, and it just wasn't the case. I mean, cheat code, or not cheat code, sorry. Decop did end up going, you know, on those ropes, coming back, but it's a new round. Tony's got the Blade Storm online as well, and it's just going to be a straightforward A hit this time around.
And right there, presence detected. Already knowing there's somebody on the site. Oh, and already a 2K to Cheat Code's name. Gonna be able to pick up a rifle there and an operator. That operator might just be deadly if they use it correctly here. Cheat Code does have that ultimate, though, to play for this post-plan Harash.
They do have that ultimate, but the question is, will they be able to get it off in time? That Aftershock is gonna push Venture off, and Cheat Code's gonna bring out that showstopper.
Oh, and right there it is, Cheat Code. Trying to play with the team. I really like how this is going. Radiance played this extremely well. They got the take onto site pretty fast and eliminated a lot of the players with that aggression, especially on this thrifty round.
Yeah, Decop's just hiding for their life right now. But actually get walked up behind by Rebo. Not really expecting this flank come out. And I believe Rebo should be good for one if... I was worried Rebo wasn't going to check the corner there.
Me too.
I'm going to be honest. I thought Rebo was just going to walk by for a moment, but had the intuition to take them down, and that's another point on the board. Still a close game. 2-3 now. You know, the first map, the best of one. They're getting used to... Oh, and Decop actually did, I believe, DC in that situation. So we might have a short pause coming out, possibly. I'm coming back into it. You know, we are done that technical pause here, and TSM FTX has 3 ultimates online. They've got that Neural Theft, they've got the Cosmic Divide, and I believe they may have the Rolling Thunder as well.
Ooh, it was just a back and forth trade at that point. Looks like a little bit of a candy cane there. Rebo's going to be able to get 2, though, and get those trades down, and TSM only having those 2 players already. We have a nice flash coming out. It's going to be able to at least take precision down. Oh, at the shot before that smoke rose. Oh, it's looking rough right now, but Radiance was able to take down. I mean, also, TSM did have really nice momentum, and having Decop, you know, kind of be left down, especially with the internet issue or whatever it be, might have just kind of lowered the momentum a little bit.
I want to say it was really unfortunate for Precision to have swung outside of the Cosmic Divide as the flash drive was going off from Venture, but going back towards more of a B hit this time around. Precision is prepared with that Aftershock. Not going to find anything, though, because it's not going to be an A hit this time, but Anne is largely left alone at the moment.
Oh, cheat code.
No.
Getting up and dirty, but it seems like Pain's just gonna kind of punish that. Extremely punishable. I mean, it could have worked in their favor, but unfortunately, it seems like it's not. TSM, though, is going to be dominating here on this defense. Venture is trying, and Venture does not know. Oh, just getting a little peek there, going to be able to swing that back. Right now, TSM does have the player advantage, especially with Venture only having 32 health here.
32 health and quite pinched as far as things go. Not really any avenues to be able to make an escape. The vehicle is online, but not going to use it. Instead, Pony's going to close out the round, getting that final kill with the operator. Bringing it a little bit closer for TSM, looking to tie it up to 4-4 with the advantage that they have so far. Slow the momentum of Radiance a little bit, and still got those ultimates online. You got the Rolling Thunder for the retake, or if it's not the retake, just to stall that push onto site or slow that plant down. It can disrupt the plant as well. Keep that in mind, folks. And Pan's got that neural theft for the information, and the Cosmic Divide is available as well. And Deco is only one away from the showstopper. So these are all, huge pieces of utility that TSM can use to tie it up to 4-4.
Oh, and right there, Pony knew that there was some utility being, that Roomba was coming around downtown, but it's not going to work. Although this operator might be able to get one regardless of the health that Pony has. It just seems like Radiance just wavering around, trying to at least see if, there could be a lurk kill or somebody can be taken out before they aggress onto the sites.
Gonna be this flank coming through again. Seth always waiting in kind of that same spot, and TSM FTX, they're ready for it. They've got that read. They know Seth likes to play on that side of the attacker's spawn, and how those Nebulas coming out as well, and the Cosmic Divide is going to do some work. And all of these ultimates, Rolling Thunder and everything, no plant's going to happen yet.
Oh, and right there already trades are coming through, trying to get onto the site. Radiance is doing a really good job. Being able to take down that operator is going to be huge, and D-Cop trying to at least get something with that ulti coming down. Showstopper not going to stop the show just yet. It is a showdown, but Rebo with the 3K closing this out. Currently 5-point lead here. Of course, TSM behind by 2 points there, but we see... Oh, I thought I saw an Odin coming out from the breach. Precision. And I was like, this is new.
That was an expensive round for TSM FTX. The use of the Rolling Thunder, the use of the Cosmic Divide, and not being able to secure it is really going to hurt. And they are forced onto the save as well. So that's an expensive round to lose. Maybe we'll see some farming for those ult orbs. The fact that there are 4 available on the map is huge, but Radiance is just playing really far back for these aggressive pushes out. Rebo's going to take down 2 already in Arcade.
Those 2 frags were huge there.
I mean, I like how Radiance made that guess, though, to assume that with this eco, TSM FTX was going to get aggressive.
I think, in the beginning we talked about how aggression might be a good thing, especially on the defense here, but they haven't really been utilizing that as much, especially with the utility that they have in their hands, but you do see Radiance being able to get onto the site, especially with the frags that can't come out, and now the retake's going to have to come into play here for TSM, but there are only 2 players left standing, and I don't know how well it's going to fare out here, especially as Rebo peeks around the corner right now. D-Cop and that 4K might just come in, but ZK is gonna shut that down and might just be able to get a couple of picks here with that Phantom.
Yep. I was holding my breath a little bit for ZK there. Able to get 1 on the other gun, 2 in total out of the hands of Radiance, but that was a really great anti-eco coming out from Radiance. I'm sure they know at this point that TSM Academy does have that tendency to push out on eco rounds and take those aggressive stances, try to overwhelm with power, and they were ready for that. They played the anti-eco, they played back in their spawn, allowed TSM to get those flanks off that they've even been doing on the rifling rounds, and managed to just clean up without really taking too much of a loss, other than ZK being able to grab 2 of their own here, but going to be back to a default towards A at the moment. No one's really going towards Dish, though. I'll kind of posture up through A main here.
Oh, right there. Decop is waiting for something. And Decop's holding a really aggressive position here. I don't know how well this is going to fare out, though. Going to be able to get one. Oh, that util might just be able to do a ton of damage here. Although, we do have a null coming through from Venture, and it's going to be looking pretty good for Radiance right now as it goes. But Cheat Code using that util perfectly, as they should. Right now, Precision standing. Ooh, getting taken down by the Operator. It is Operator and Operator showdown here as Pony peeks around, but that flank coming along from Seth is going to close it off. And Radiance Ash is just completely dominating TSM as it is.
I mean, it is an attack-sided map. Like I said, I liked some of the plays that TSM did come up with in previous rounds. I think the aggression is expected, though, by Radiance at this point. In that past round, we didn't see too much aggression coming up from TSM. Maybe some aggressive angle holds, but not too much going on in terms of flanking. However, TSM really is going to need to switch things up a little bit. But it's going to be a default this time around from Radiance, just looking to maybe get some information. And they're also waiting on this anti-eco, you know, looking for TSM to push out once again. But TSM has learned their lesson this time around, kind of just holding steadfast on site instead. Holding those angles, cheeky corners with judges, I believe, as well. And they're not going to give too much room to Radiance at the moment, as far as, you know, getting any of those early picks off for this eco, playing a little bit more ratty.
Right now, it's just very slow on the side of Radiance. They are going to 100% push A, as you can see, but we're just waiting. Decop has a really nice angle here. Might just be able to get two, and that's exactly what's going to happen as they peek the smoke. Right now, Pony having a really, really nice... oh, no. There's a showstopper coming down from Cheat Code, but Decop's just going to be able to get that 3K down. They do have a showstopper. Might just be able to disconnect the... Oh! Cheat Code!
30
Decop, I don't even know what happened there. Did... who died? Was that... No, that was Decop that had fallen to their death. That was a pause for me. My brain completely just scattered there. I saw Decop's body completely fly onto the floor, and I think my brain just stuttered there.
I mean, they don't call it a showstopper for no reason, right? But all things considered,
that was good.
We
like that.
We are at last round before the swap now. We're gonna get a little bit of this replay. See maybe what happened.
Oh, here we go.
It was in fact Cheat Code who maybe ulted a little bit too high, dropped to their death there. So a lot going on. But with this last round before the swap, we do have a couple ultimates online. And I really would actually like to see both of these teams fighting for the alt more frequently. I mean, you have so many options with Fracture. Or alt orbs being available is huge, and that just means many more ultimates that you can be using with these games. And I know that that's a replay, but that definitely gave me a bit of a fright there, actually.
Oh no! And here we go. Waiting around. Where is everyone? Let's see. It seems like right now there is a nice rolling thunder coming through. Pony might just be able to close this out, but Fiend is helping out Venture. They're holding down a really nice cross here. Venture just cannot get too greedy. Fiend has something nice going on here. Payan has no idea what's going on. Oh, and right there, Fiend closing it out. Payan's just gonna get attacked and annihilated as it is. And Radiance taking that 8-point lead. Now we're going on the defense, though. We might just be able to see, you know, TSM take it back, especially since it does seem like you know, we talked about, you know, the opinions on whether or not it is attackers sided or defense sided, but as Radiance made it seem, it might just be attacker sided here.
I definitely think it's an attacker sided map. Also, that last round, totally like everything bled together for me. We were watching those really sick clips from the previous round, and then I think the round just started way faster than I was expecting. But now that we've swapped sides, I'm curious to see if Radiance will pull out the same types of flanks, try to get that same amount of map control that TSM did when they were on the defensive side, or if they're going to be maybe holding their positions a little bit more. But there's going to be a lot of util just being thrown the main already. At 0 point, getting so much info already.
Oh, and right there, I like the aggression coming out from Radiance. You didn't see that a lot coming out from TSM. Oh, and Rebo. Yeah, Radiance is just, I mean, it's just a pistol round, but this aggression is working out pretty well. They were able to sandwich in the players of TSM, and it's already almost leading to the win. They just need to take this defusal down. They need to make sure Pony can't help out here, but oh, and that dash is coming through. The defusal, it's gonna be stuck. Cheat code is gonna allow the defusal to go down, and Pony getting that 4K, but the round did not come in their hand.
Round didn't come in. They were not able to secure the round. Like you were saying, the aggression coming out from Radiance, that flank was really big as far as being able to help the players in B main there. And I think what was tough for TSM there was that they assumed that perhaps, okay, maybe they're going for the flank, maybe we'll be able to catch some of the players of Radiance off guard in their spawn, but unfortunately, the flanks did come out and the bomb was not planted in the favor of TSM for that post-plant situation. And that aggressive updraft is going to cost Pony their life.
Oh, and cheat code was trying to at least do something, but TSM, I believe, wow, TSM bot here. Oh, and right there it is, and oh, it was just a showdown as to who could run and gun the best, and Seth just has faster feet. It is 10-4, Radiance bringing the heat right now. TSM is down by a lot. I mean, this being the first map, if anything, especially in a map like Fracture, where you know TSM might just not be comfortable with it, especially since I believe Radiance picked this map, or did TSM pick it? That is the question.
It was the Radiance.
It was Radiance pick.
And TSM elected to start on the defensive side first.
Mm-hmm.
TSM really put themselves in a sticky situation here. With that force up that they tried to make happen and unfortunately ended up losing out on. They're going to be forced into an even worse economy position now, considering that normally you would see the third round going to the rifles. But because they're unable to buy up, it's not going to be the case. And TSM's playing a pretty slow round, all things considered as well. Maybe just trying to get a bit of information, baiting out some rotations. We're going to see some of that rope usage as well, going back over to the other side. Not quite sure which way the spike is going to go yet, but 0 point's going to get some info on drop.
There is a suppression coming through. Venture does know that D-Cop is hiding up there, but only with the shorty in hand. Oh, there's nothing really D-Cop can do here, but D-Cop is a shotgun demon, I do have to say. A lot of the people that go up, down, drop do not survive when D-Cop's there, and right now, getting aggressive up there might just be able to get one. Venture is going to stop the aggression coming out from D-Cop, and right now, it seems like Radiance has a really, really good chance at just keeping the site to themselves here. Yep, and as it is, I mean, it was a save round coming out from TSM, but Radiance just having the better angles there.
Better angles and better guns, but Radiance is also able to retain a lot of the Spectres from that bonus as well. Not too many falling, considering the fact that TSM did have to save, and they're in a great position as far as their economy goes, and as far as their ultimates go as well. I mean, both sides have a lot of opportunities to kind of farm these ult orbs and perhaps get an ult under their belts. I think it would be a great idea to either try and get that Rolling Thunder or Showstopper into D-Cop's hands just by farming these ult orbs, but it's just not going to happen at the moment, and so much aggression is being taken by cheat code.
Oh my. It was a race. It feels like we're watching cars right now. We're seeing who can get to the finish line the fastest at this point, but Radiance is all the way down B, and Fiend can't really do much here. But maybe use some of that util to try to at least get some damage through. There is a lot of damage for TSM. Raze has a little bit of health to be working with, and already taking out one player with full health there. That was huge. Do have, and there's a free Vandal on the floor for the side of Radiance. They might just be able to clutch this up here, but Payan coming through with the double kill. We do have that ulti coming out to try to give some information to TSM. And right there, the cheeky corner being held. I don't know if Fiend is going to be able to clutch this through. Run and gun. maybe being able to get some of this diffusal down and... Oh, and that was huge! A really nice ultimate to try to at least allow... Oh, at least try to stall for some time, but man, just not being touched by that at all.
That's a really, really great idea coming out from Fiend there. The Rolling Thunder, like you said, was huge as far as things go, but unfortunately didn't connect the way that you would have probably liked to see. Both Neuro Thefts did get used that past round as well, so pretty costly rounds for both sides. Luckily, TSM able to get another round under their belts, trying to close it out, not close it out, but trying to tie it up, I should say. Decop does have that showstopper available, and a couple are actually, such as Precision, is one away from that Rolling Thunder as well.
Oh, Rebo. Rebo was looking at the wall for a while there, and I did not know what was going on, but...
I think Rebo was waiting for the flash.
Rebo had
Precision.
Yeah. That's true. Rebo had a really nice thing going on there, but he's just gonna get spotted out eventually. Of course, the Decop not knowing that he was around the corner. Oof. A Resurrection might be able to come through here if there could be a pick. Yep, Resurrection is going to be in fact coming through, but Pain's just going to be there to take him down once again, and cheat code with the showstopper. Already ZK by themselves. They do have some utility that they could be playing off of here, but that Cosmic Divide is going to be coming out, and cheat code right around the corner, not knowing ZK is there. This is going to leave a 1v1 situation here, Ash.
1v1 situation. Both Nebulas are available. ZK able to provide cover for themselves for this plant. And then 1 star will still be available, for that post-plant situation. But the Aftershock's gonna push ZK out, and Fiend is actually gonna find that frag. Be able to clutch it out for TSM. Not allowing it to get to match point quite yet. It'll be 6 and 11 now once that defuse goes off. I just want to give kudos. Radiance. I mean, you mentioned it before, Gompers, that TSM Academy, Radiance have very similar play styles. We're seeing that here, except it seems like Radiance is actually, doing much better as far as things go for those flanks are working out a lot better in their favor. They are taking that aggression, but meanwhile with TSM, they kind of overcommit to it. It didn't work out quite as well, and Radiance kind of played back, waiting for those pushes, able to get those kills off early on, and now match point. Radiance looking to take this map. Map 1 in this best of 3 series. TSM's not willing to let it go quite yet, and an early Cosmic Divide is also going to come out just to provide some cover, make it a little bit more difficult, but TSM don't really care. They're just going to walk past it.
Ooh, that Rolling Thunder is going to get a nice clear sight. I don't know how well that's going to work. It seems like Payan, though, has a really nice angle coming down here, but Venture is going to be able to close this out. Ugh, getting way too aggressive without team there. Team playing by themselves and not waiting for that rotation. I think right there was a little bit scattered. Of course, I mean, the buys, they do have a little bit more leeway. Radiance does, as the buys there were not as great as they were prior. And not only that, but I mean, it is 12-5. They can play around a little bit, but they had a lot of separated pushes there, and that kind of just led to the destruction of Radiance in this round. Although the next round, I'm pretty sure they might just be able to buy here.
I'm not so sure. I believe Radiance is forced onto a save, since both teams did force up for that past round. Likely allowing TSM to put another round on under their belts, bringing it a little bit closer, slowly. And I don't know, it's hard to say. I'm curious to see if Radiance is going to play this more passively, or if they are going to try and push out. It is a gamble stack, actually, towards B, and I think it'll be a pretty large push through Arcade.
Running about, trying to make their way through, at least scare the players of Radiance, and right now they're just going in. Pony creating that space needed and necessary to be able to get that spike down, and just as it is, they're going to be playing in that corner. That's going to be planning straight towards main. And the drop top is being covered by Seth. I don't think Seth is going to be able to get a couple here as their health has been depleted. And right now, Payan had a really nice angle down there. That's going to be a free Phantom on the side of Radiance if they could get past Pony here.
I don't know if that... Oh, unfortunately, the Boombot does stay alive long enough just to seek Pony out there. I don't know if TSM is aware of how many of Radiance are on the flank at the moment.
Oh, Pony. Oh, might get out frenzied. Oh, no, that was a sick one tap, just cleaning out the head. Radiance is just gonna back off here. I do believe. Standing. Oh no, they're just somewhat gonna not die. Yep, they're ran right into the spike. Venture was trying to turn around and get out of the way, but just running straight into the the explosion of the spike. It didn't work out too well. Radiance is gonna buy this round though, and it's gonna be a little bit more fair as to what's going on with the buys. But TSM have been bringing it back pretty hard.
I really like the change of pacing that we're seeing coming out from TSM here. The fact that they are aware Radiance has been pushing out, they have been flanking, and they're using that to their advantage, trying to get a more of an explosive entry onto sites instead of allowing Radiance to creep up behind them slowly, pinch them, and deny that take for the site. But 3-stack towards A. Not sure how this is going to pan out for TSM if they do decide to go in. And that Aftershock is already ready, but a couple trades are going to go down.
Seth is hiding around this corner, though. I like the Aftershock that was going to go down. It was played pretty well there. He was waiting to be able to play off that raise, but Radiance, in the end, they just kind of got taken down as they are now. Decop, though, is going to use some of that utility to be able to clear the site. TSM is just not allowing Radiance to hold on to it, though, as they just kind of plow through everybody on the defensive side.
Their side for the upcoming rifling round that we'll see after this. But if they're able to get maybe an early pick or two, we could see something early, maybe try and make some magic happen.
Oh, TSM surrounding themselves down spawn. This might be a thrifty round here. I mean, we're going to see an ultimate come out. Oh, this is definitely the round that TSM wants to be winning here. This is not going to be looking too good, but Pony there is going to be able to get one. Oh, completely missing death in a millisecond. If Pony had stayed there any longer, it would have definitely been another player taken off of the SM Academy.
Oh, no.
But we had an amazing flank coming out from Fiend. Payan might just be able to clutch this up, though there isn't really much util to be peeking out of the smoke right there. And then last player standing, Decop being taken down, and Radiance is going to be taking this map in their hand as the first map of Grand Finals.
Defenders win.
A thrifty round as well to be closing this off as.
It's going to be the Owl Drone. That's going to be a very important factor on their attacks because they're going to have to rely on the Owl Drone to clear out those corners, considering that they don't have the cushion of Leers or flashes to go out.
Right now, we're just seeing a nice crosshold being held so that, at least something can come through. But that was a really nice molly coming out from TSM. That's going to eliminate cheat code there. Oh, and already the aggression coming forth. TSM had a really nice take onto site, and that's just kind of allowed them to take this site pretty freely here on the pistol round, but Venture not really going to peek through that. Oh, and the wall bangs are coming through, though. Venture's just getting these really, really nice lucky shots.
A lot of time being wasted at the moment. Some utility, getting that information. The guiding light, catching one. Seth, though, met by this crossfire here. DK swinging off. Get that trade off for Pony, but Venture's going to answer with one of their own as well, and it's a 2v3 situation. Rebo on the flank.
Right now, Rebo's trying his best to stop a defusal going down. Nice teamwork coming through. Venture's going to peek around the corner, but Precision with the right click here. Classic. Free gun, guys. Already. Oh, and waiting around, Rebo is not going to be able to get this defusal. Oh, it's just going to be hard take, but TSM, really nice job at holding the site. It's going to work out perfectly.
TSM definitely had a great post-plant situation there, and Another reminder, the fact that TSM has already played Bind today, they are feeling warm, they're feeling good. It was a great win on Bind that they had, so they're very comfortable with it. It's also one of their #1 map picks. I believe it was, when it comes down to it, 70% win rate on Bind for TSM FTX Academy. Now it would be, 36 wins on Bind and 15 losses, so definitely a comfort pick for them. And a lot of that Viper utility is going to come out to stall site, and Venture's actually going to be able to take down Pony with the classic.
Oof. And already getting onto site here. I mean, they have a Spectre, so this is going to be a pretty clean take onto site. If anything, just seeing Radiance and trying to see if they can get something out of here. Chico does know that the cop is right around the corner. He's going to have to be very careful here, but it's just going to go over to D-Cop instead. And right now, just TSM clearing this out pretty easy.
And we saw how amazing they were on the attacking side. And it's interesting because they're actually not using the same strategies that we saw right off the bat in their game against Kansas City Pioneers. They're switching it up a little bit, I'm sure. They're thinking about the fact that Radiance maybe was tuning in a little bit, maybe did their research to see what TSM might be pulling out of their pockets as far as things go. But, and always with the Viper wall, that line up with the Poison Orb too, we're going to see that play that I was talking about here in A short.
Ooh, Gravity Well trying to at least pull someone through, but TSM seem to really like the A site as of right now in this beginning half. Of course, I mean, it's a pretty easy take for them as you can see thus far, but I mean, I don't know if the far distance takes with the Spectres are going to be working out in their favor. Of course, I mean, Spectres versus Vandals, who's going to win that position? Fiend is right around the corner though. That decay is working pretty nicely, but that's going to be a really nice headshot coming out from Payan. Payan having no idea. Oh, and right now, that health is coming through, but cheat code's coming through even faster. Going to be able to help out the players of Radiance there. And I mean, the mollies coming out from Seth are actually doing pretty well here. Doing a lot of damage, as it should, and Radiance is just going to be able to get this defusal down. A nice wall coming out from Fiend regardless. Was going to stick that anyways.
A nice wall coming out from Fiend, but at the same time, a dangerous game to play as well. Being trapped in that Sage wall, the only one in there. If you have, that Raise Nade online, the shock darts, if they were available, you kind of have to gamble. You can really only use it when you know that those damaging abilities have been used up earlier in the round, or else you might be putting yourself in a bit of it's a double-edged sword. You're trapped in there. If you do die to utility, your team's going to then have to break down the wall before even getting the diffuse off. But that's enough of that. We are going in to this upcoming round. Some default action coming out from TSM Academy. Getting a little bit of information. Trailblazer, I believe, is going to see one. And the Seekers are going to come out as well. But Pan, aggressive into U-Haul, just like we had said before.
Someone right there, Pain's trying to get up and dirty, but Seth just going to stop that aggression and punish it already. I mean, Seth is going to be able to hold on to this A site pretty nice and clean. That's going to leave B site all to Rebo here. Although, Venture's just going to come alongside and be able to be that rescue person. Oh, right now. Oh, it's just going to leave Rebo being able to get this frag down, and Seth getting that 3K in hand. Defenders, Radiance winning that round, and they're faring out pretty well, especially for not having, that flash personnel. They're holding these angles pretty tightly. They're not wanting to give away the site just yet. And I really like that. I like the fact that they're just holding on to these sites as much as possible.
I agree. I think the idea that TSM had in that previous round was really great as far as calling that rotation off, but they didn't bust out onto site early enough to kind of overwhelm Rebo, clear out those corners to get the spike down. Instead, the members who were left on A trying to sell that fake fell a little prematurely, in my opinion, and Fiend is going to go for that, that Sage wall with the aggressive angle. The Trailblazer is going to get the information, though, causing Fiend to kind of fall back.
That's a nice Sage wall there. That's going to kind of hold back TSM. They're not going to... It's going to be very scary if they're going to get if they're going to aggress out here, if anything. Yeah, this does not seem like the site for TSM. It seems like they're hovering more around A with a spike coming down there, but right now Pony having that shorty in hand, trying to get aggressive up here down lamps. Waiting, trying to see if something's gonna come through, but Seth is just gonna have a really nice molly down there, and Venture is gonna get at least a 2K, especially with that shock dart coming through. It is looking like TSM is having a really hard time trying to get onto these sites, Ash, and there's something missing. Maybe the util needs to be a little bit heavier onto the take.
Well, I think this time around it's just the gun differential. TSM is on this save right now, and Pin, although has that judge, doesn't have the same Viper lineup as before as far as the toxic screen goes and everything, so it's a little bit harder to get those close angles, getting up close and personal, but waiting for somebody to patiently push out of U-Haul. Spike still has yet to be planted though.
10 seconds left.
10 seconds left, and ooh, the spike was almost there, but now as the time dwindles, it leaves 2 seconds to be able to frag out here. Precision trying their best, but in the end, able to get a 3K here though. That's gonna be pretty huge for the economy of TSM, but Radiance taking this round in their pockets. Precision, I do have to give kudos. It was a close, I would have to say it was a good frag.
They did frag out, and Precision's always good for at least one, right? But, you know, this upcoming round, the Cosmic Divide is available in ZK's hands. They could make some plays happen here, especially in combination with the Viper utility, but I think I would like to see maybe an early pick coming out first, especially considering the fact that Fiend does have that operator, and Seth is actually gonna ult having that Viper's Pit coming out on the B site, making it a little bit more of a dangerous area to kind of push through, making it hard to take that map control. And you see the aggressive Sage Wall that Fiend has actually come out with for that operator angle.
Oh, this is actually insane. This seems like a Grim Wall that you would see on TikTok. And it's just coming through, but maybe we're gonna see some other stuff. Maybe we're gonna see some TikTok Andy's in the chat here. But right now that Viper's Pit is looking a little bit scary for TSM, and it's pulled out at the right moment. I mean, TSM just got the economy back, and right now that Viper's Pit is denying this aggression on the site, and possibly is gonna make them go forth for a rotation. But a nice Seekers is coming through to be able to help out the defensive side of Radiance. Nice pull on the drone to kind of hold back that information, and right now it just seems like it is a bloodbath coming down in that Viper's Pit. I don't know if this is the smartest decision. I mean, the health is going down, and right now Pony trying their best to be able to frag out, able to get that 3K down though. That's gonna get a really nice take on to sight. Taking out that Viper on the side of Radiance is gonna be huge.
2v4 situation. Not counting anybody out yet. I like how... Oh! Pony almost got the ace. Does secure the 4K, but ZK is going to close it out. Tying it up for TSM. It's 3-3 now. Radiant, TSM are tied at the moment. And not too many ult expenses were used. We did have the Seekers that came out, but we still have that Viper's Pit online. We still have the Cosmic Divide as well. And if Pony ends up in a sticky situation, has the Blade Storm available, Decop could even get the Hunter's Fury just by grabbing those ult orbs. One in showers, one through B long. It was a chaotic round, Compers.
We might see more chaos here as this Cosmic Divide goes down. And this is not going to be an easy push unless Radiance can just push through. Yep, literally just pushing through that. But there is a wall holding the position there. They might not just be able to get this frag pretty easy onto site. Oh, and right there, no information given there.
I want to say Decop is incredibly brave for just walking past the Astro,
Right?
the Cosmic Divide like that without droning, like no recon dart, no information. There could have been an op holding it and they would have had no idea. But, you know, still a slow default. TSM waiting to see if Radiance is going to go for those flanks like they have on Fracture. It's not happening so much on Bind right now, but just trying to grab a little bit of map control here.
Oh, and Pony has that off, but not much you can do, especially when your vision is obscured here. We do have a Cosmic Divide that might just be able to come through for this take onto site, but ZK is waiting for the perfect moment to let everybody explode onto site. And right now, that Cosmic Divide is coming through.
Get out of my way.
Pain trying to get aggressive here. Knowing that Pain is a very aggressive Viper indeed, and it's going to be shown here, especially with Precision helping alongside. Right now, that Cosmic Divide is going to be working in favor of TSM this time around, and that spike is, in fact, the time is going down.
Concealment.
Time is ticking. Quite a bit to work with still, but this Viper's Pit is going to make the retake really difficult for Radiance, especially being down 2 players already.
One enemy remaining.
Well, not only that, Precision did get that 4K opening picks for TSM, being able to, drop Radiance like flies. They're just completely taking control of showers here and just grabbing so much more map control. I thought it was going to be the ace, but, didn't let it happen this time around, and Radiance is going to go for this short aggression, and Pony waiting with that anti-eco, playing farther back. Picks going out now. 5v3, just like that. Radiance, having a little bit of trouble.
ZK is gonna get that 3K. Hey, that rhymed. I didn't notice. ZK is gonna get that 3K though. And right now, even Revo. Oh no, Revo's having a hard time. It's a little bit of a funny moment there. But the spike is going to be planted here.
Spike planted.
TSM is gonna leave Revo having a hard time. Everybody's coming for Revo. Our Revo's already being sandwiched in here.
No man left alive. TSM's motto, I guess. Oh, the jump off! There's no way Pony hit that. Flawless round going towards TSM. They're finding their groove once again. Radiance thought they put a stop to that momentum, getting those 3 rounds under their belt, but that Uno reverse card is gonna come out. It is 5-3 now. And, this is the last rifle round for Radiance until they will be stuck in that economy position where they're going to have to save one, buy the next. And to be able to secure this round, they're going to have to use that showstopper, and the resurrection might be able to come out as well. I'm hoping Fiend plays their life to be able to, use that in the future. But all things considered, a lot of Shower's aggression is coming out, and Precision's just waiting.
Oh, yeah. Right now, I like how TSM's kind of just wavering. They're not going for the the fast take onto site that they've been doing. They do this occasionally where they have that lurk onto site. They wait to use that util to be able to have that really, really strong push. But right now, it just seems like we're just trying to get some picks here, possibly see what sites are manageable. And Precision is working their way up, and it seems like Cheat Code is going to be able to get one. That Showstopper might just be able to get another, but it's not going to connect here. Although, Pony getting one with the op. It's just tons of kills happening on both sides. It is a 3v2. You do have Precision only having a little bit of health to be working with, and Cheat Code is going to be pulling through there with the cleanup.
30 seconds
I'm
left.
interested to see if Decop's going to be able to isolate these 1v1s, make something happen here. But as I say that, Fiend is going to pull out the Resurrection, turning it into a 4v1 situation. A nice Sova recon just to cover the flank. Cheat Code is there, does not get spotted though, but the nades are going to go out. Paint shells revealing Cheat Code's location.
Oh. The cops by themselves. They're just looking around every single corner. I don't know if they're going to be able to do anything here. Yep, Fiend watching around, waiting for Decop to peek, get a little bit further. Defenders, Radiance is going to be able to win this round, and it's looking pretty nice and close for, Bind in general, but Precision has been hauling as of right now.
Precision just carrying the rest of TSM in their backpack right now. I mean, not too much of a carry. I mean, only 3 more than Pony, who is a close second. But definitely a clutch factor coming out from Precision. A lot of really nice kills do tend to come out from them. But Radiance, looking to tie it up, does have that Hunter's Fury online. Is one away from the Cosmic Divide under Rebo's kit as well. This round could truly go either way, all things considered. And I think this Nebula is actually really interesting, hiding Rebo in the corner there, but it actually isn't going to work out. And the Hunter's Fury is going to find one as well.
Pony's making their way, creating some of that space. And, I mean, nobody on Radiance is watching the site there. Of course, 2 players getting aggressive and being punished for it. Right now, Radiance... That spike is planted. Sage is being very careful, though. Oh, Payton's right around the corner, though, playing Ring Around the Rosie. But, of course, the back of Payton's head is going to be smacked to the ground.
Not sure. I think Radiance actually is going to elect for a save on this upcoming round. Not going... I think that's really interesting, all things considered. I mean, it is a 3v4 situation. You know, it's not an unwinnable round by any means. So definitely surprising to see this save, but it also... They didn't rotate right away, and I think that was the hardest part. You know, Radiance was waiting for the Viper, who was kind of creeping along a site, who managed to waste their time, keep them sticking around for a little longer, that Radiance didn't feel that the retake post-plant was going to be able to happen. And Radiance is going to look to get this timeout rolling, slow TSM down in their tracks a little bit, and revisit their defensive strategies as far as things go. It's hard. TSM has a great attack on bind. Like, I cannot fault them for it whatsoever. It's hard to kind of defend against, for sure. And I think one issue that Radiance is having, though, is going for those aggressive pushes for that information. It works out sometimes, but at this point, TSM has that read. They have Precision posted up outside of baths, waiting for even a double peek. I mean, even though a kill might not go off in that situation, it might not be punished, the information is there. And that's huge to be able to see, okay, 2 players of Radiance have pushed out of showers. There should only be, like, I mean, who knows where the other players are, but with whatever else is going on around the map, the communication is happening. TSM is waiting patiently there. They're getting the reads. That's what it comes down to. Radiance is really being punished for their overaggression. I'd like to see them maybe holding a bit farther back now, and if they're not able to stall the site off, playing for that retake together, as opposed to consistently going for those aggressive angles.
Maybe we'll be able to see something here. I mean, TSM seems like they're propping themselves up for a pretty nice aggression on the site, but information has to come through first. Of course, knowing Venture is right there. We're going to get some Seekers out to help with this entry.
Found one.
And right now, it seems like Precision's going to go forth with this entry. Possibly going to be able to get a combo here, but... Oh, Fiend right through the window, right through the smokes. It's going to be able to go towards Radiance. Hayen's going to take out Fiend, though, in that really nice trade-off. And that spike is going to be planted, but it is a 4-man retake versus a 3-man post-plant. But that Cosmic Divide might just be able to help out just a little bit there.
This Cosmic Divide is just cutting so much noise for both teams at the moment. The paint shells are going to do a little bit of damage, but popping out of Hookah is going to be a bit perilous here.
Last player standing.
Oh, and Radiance is just going in and taking everybody out on the side of TSM. Not on a date, guys. Legitimately taking them out, but right now Defender is winning the round. Radiance is taking this back. They're trying to at least tie this half 6-6 here.
Last round in the half.
I apologize. I had my head was in the clouds that past round, to be completely honest. I saw Fiend die because Rebo had that gravity well, which was a good idea to be able to ward off or get the frag out on whoever was trying to aggress Hookah on the side of TSM, but ultimately actually ended up pulling Fiend into the bullet spray and causing Fiend to die. So at that point, like from that point on, my brain kind of just blanked at that moment. But this coming round, we're gonna see this Viper's Pit coming out. A short. Nothing surprising there. Very typical Viper's Pit. Just to force a bit more toxicity and decay the enemy team as much as possible as they try to make their way onto A. But surprisingly, TSM is actually moving their way towards A, towards the Viper's Pit. But it looks like some Showers control is looking to be garnered as well. Just waiting for the rotation over to be able to,
Taking that back.
instead of giving those 1v1 situations. I'm sure we'll see the Owl Drone coming out. Yep, to clear this Viper's Pit. But the snake bite is actually going to come out just to delay that push in so that nobody can follow up on the side of TSM with that Owl Drone to get any frags off of Seth.
Ooh, there's one from Fiend, another one from Venture with the Hunter's Fury, and utility being used, but it's being used for deadly scenarios there. Seems like it's working out pretty well, especially with the operator in hand. Oh my. The util was probably the deadliest part about this round, I have to say, and right now, ZK being left all by their lonesome here. It is a ghost town for ZK, but
I have the spike.
12 seconds to plant that spike. Someone has to peek out during this in order to at least do something here.
What a brave plant spot that I just witnessed. Oh, the frag that went on Rebo was beautiful, but Venture was there to follow up. Cheat Code had a great plant as well, just being able to pinch in that situation. Tying it up for Radiance, 6-6 now. We will be swapping sides. Radiance will be seen on the attack, and we have seen that TSM struggles a little bit more on their defense.
I mean, Radiance did bring it up. Now we have Radiance on the attacking, TSM on the defensive. Radiance, I mean, this is hard. This is a really close game. And if anything, TSM is 100% fighting with her all, just simply because Radiance won the last map. And this is the map that TSM really needs to bring home. Although the situation at hand is TSM, you gotta win the pistol rounds here. This is going to be, that leading cause to getting you out of this iteration of back and forth. And winning those 2 rounds in a row is definitely going to bring your mental up. And that's going to bring the momentum that you've been building up as well.
And here's the familiar aggression we see from TSM as well. We've seen this time and time again, pushing out through A short, getting some information. Seth on that lurk here as well, but actually a lot of Radiance has been pulled over towards this spawn area, and frags are just gonna go out, but TSM's coming out on top. 4v2 now. Spike in hand as well. It's gonna be a hard recovery for Radiance.
Rebo's just right around the corner. TSM completely left that spike all alone. Oh, and it's... Rebo might just be able to, just take this in hand here. Spike being a given. Oh, they're just jiggle peeking. I mean, it's funny because we see that there's no one there, but Rebo has no idea. So at this point, it's just a guessing game for Radiance there. They have to be able to secure a site, of course. I mean, majority of TSM already surrounding themselves down a site. Radiance might just be picked off one by one here.
I like the way TSM played that. Although they had Spike in hand, they decided to fall back, play site together instead, and see Radiance trying to bust out of Showers, get that plant down.
Spike down A. One enemy
that's
remaining.
leaving Cheat Code by themselves, but being able to take out Pony is going to be huge. Oh, and this rotation coming through. Only 13 seconds, so it's going to have to book it all the
10
way
seconds left.
to be able to get the spike down. Oh, and this is brave. Pain is running. Right now, Cheat Code
No.
had to be able to bring out the pistol in time, but Payne's just going to be jumping through, not caring about what's going on.
I really thought Cheat Code, with the amount of time left, they did have the opportunity to maybe try and get into tube and get the plant down. Instead, I know there were about 7 to 6 seconds on the clock. You only need 4 to plant the spike. So, hearing that TP, it was an interesting decision to commit to the default plant, considering the fact that, Pan would have the time to run in through hookah and probably get the frag off before or even just after the spike was planted. TSM on the spy, but we're actually going to see Radiance forcing up because it is a tight game and they're going to want to try and take this lead while they can. It's a risky situation to be in, though. I mean, we've seen it time and time again. If you force up on the second round, if you lost the pistol, round 3, which would normally be going into your pocket, it will likely go and allow another greater advantage to the enemy team.
I mean, but we're gonna have to see how well this fares out for Radiance.
Oh.
Seems like Rebo's gonna be able to get one here. They're just trying to tie it up as much as possible. I mean, Pony being taken out. Those 2 frags going out for Radiance might just be able to help. And already, Rebo getting that nice, clean shot off Decop. This is the round that Radiance wants to win, and it honestly might just go into their pockets as Venture gets a really nice flank. Maybe flank coming along behind Pain. Pain is in a position and that maybe might just be able to be spotted out in time here.
I like how I've totally just had to eat my words after I made that analysis about the eco coming out, and Radiance is just absolutely annihilating, taking this force up into their hands and hopefully not dropping any guns. One is going to fall. Pan managed to get one, but Cheat Code is going to get that trade. 7-7 now. It's a tight game. We might even see it go to overtime the way things are going.
Ugh. Yeah, somebody has to pick it up. Unless it's going to be going downhill, but that was great. I really like that. I mean, the negatives of buying are definitely there on the second round, but the positives of buying on that anti-eco are the fact that now TSM is broke and the lead might just be able to go over to Radiance, and they're going to have enough to throw away the Spectres if necessary for the next round after that. So this is looking like Radiance's turf.
It is. But with this 5-person flank coming out from B-Long,
oh, no.
I don't know if Radiance is going to quite expect that. Now making noise, market players are probably going to hear this flank, so you can see the communication happening. They heard the steps being made through Fountain here and told the rest of Radiance, okay, we hear this big flank. A seems to be clear at the moment. We heard a lot of steps. We can push in. If there is anybody on site, we would be able to overwhelm them, so let's just get that spike down. It's gonna be a 5v5 retake, and
oh no,
everyone's gonna walking in a conga line
the
here.
posse's
Maybe
coming.
straight into Ventures.
Oh no. Everyone, GSM and the boys are coming through, and it's not gonna work out in their favor there. I mean, they tried to get that aggression through, thinking that Radiance was gonna be going down B site, but instead it was just a massacre for TSM. A very long round, you know, that could have been cut a little bit shorter, but I think I liked the entertainment there. I think TSM had the right idea in mind. Unfortunately, Radiance just didn't go the site that they supposedly thought that they would.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate. A pretty hilarious idea, all things considered. You did have Fiend was posted up towards market, had that. The audio cues, was able to communicate with the team, and now we're going to see a default coming out from TSM Academy, or from Radiance, I should say. TSM Academy kind of just holding strong, and we're going to see that Viper's Pit already online, just covering up the B site.
Nice Viper's Pit. Fiend is just running through it. Does not care. Pain is just taken down. What? A Sage aggression, an attacking Sage. I love to see it, and right now it's working out pretty well. Radiance is able to take out multiple. Fiend with the walls. No, you don't really expect something like that, eh? They're just walls appearing out of nowhere in very weird positions, and Fiend is just standing on top of them. But right now that Resurrection is going to be coming through, and that's going to allow that other player, that 5-man post-plant position, to take place here.
2v5, a tough situation for this retake. Make that a 1v5, but Decop is going to manage to get one, but time is ticking, Goppers.
Oh, time is ticking. I don't know if Decop can be able to do anything here. Attackers winning this round, though. Radiance. Ooh, wow, spicy. I mean, based off the previous round where you were talking about the bonus that they had, that bonus, you know, the round that they shouldn't have bought led to multiple rounds being won.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And Radiance, you know, they saw the lead that TSM Academy had. They know that this is a great map for TSM. And they're answering with, you know what? we're not going to let you have it. We're going to show you that you're not the only ones who can play this game, and we do have that the secrets are online for TSM in this eco. That could be a game changer depending on if a pick is going to be able to be made, but it looks like it's going to be a trade instead, and TSM already at that disadvantage with the guns, now at a disadvantage with the players. We're not going to see that ultimate come out. No clutch quite yet, but not counting them out yet. Still 4v3.
Ooh, that was a really nice shock dart. Some damage getting out on Venture, but I mean, it's just a gun diff at this point. Of course, Radiance has a really nice position here. Not only that, they have the weapons to do it. Seems like ZK, though, might just be able to get this Phantom in their hand. Possibly get a couple frags out here. Cheat Code does have his showstopper to possibly stop the show, but ZK sitting around the corner about to peek this angle. Of course, I mean, communication coming through for Radiance. They knew exactly where ZK was going to be peeking, and that's going to be another round being given to Radiance. TSM, you know, they either need to take a tech pause or something to figure out exactly what they're doing wrong. And Ash, I mean, when you look at it, well, what is happening?
Radiance is kind of just being able to bust out on site. TSM with some over-aggression on some portions of the map to get picked off early, especially that Showers play there. The early pick was really detrimental for them. Could have been playing maybe a little bit more safely on the eco, playing those off angles. But I do want to say, Tony is one away from the Blade Storm, and I believe there was somebody else, an Astra, I think, is one away from Astral, the Cosmic Divide as well. But I wanted to, you know, I'm just gonna not, so much is going on right now.
I mean, the showstopper came down, but Cheat Code went down with it. Right now, we do have TSM being able to secure for the site here with Pony. Oh, and right around the corner, that's going to be a nice wall bang. Pony having that 3K down with, oh, that Blade Storm, but it's going to be shut down pretty quickly. This is a good round for TSM FTX Academy. I don't know why I said all the words there, but it was a really good round. They were able to hold that site, and Pony doing a ton of the work. I think in general, you know, the frags are very important here, and TSM was missing a lot of them in the first half. The first start of the round, they needed those early picks, but they're starting to get them. They're accumulating them slowly, and they just need to continue on.
That jump shot from Pony in the Blade Storm was gorgeous also onto the player in Hookah. But, you know, like I was saying, there are some ultimates online. Doesn't seem like either team fights for the alt orbs too much. We're going to see that Hunter's Fury coming up, but it's not going to really gain anything for Radiance. Maybe a little bit of poke coming out, but otherwise, Radiance is now at that disadvantage. 4-5. Owl Drone kind of trying to clear out some information, and that peek decop hiding from the drone and then re-peeking to get that frag is huge.
On right there, Pony. Trying to frag out with the operator. Watching along this corner, but Cheat Code had a really nice flank coming along. That 3K is going to be huge. It's going to help out Radiance here, but that Viper's Pit, it's going to make it a little bit harder for TSM to be able to get onto the site. Precision is just going in. Precision does not care. Going to be using that guiding light to at least try to gain some site control, but that's going to leave Pain all by their lonesome. I think they could have played together there. I think that would have been the better decision, but unfortunately, it's a pretty hard round to be deciding those things, and right now, Pain's going to be peeking a very, very deadly angle. Cheat Code getting that 4K down, and Radiance, this might be a 2-0 if TSM cannot figure out what's going on here.
It might be a 2-0, but I mean, we have that Hunter's Fury now. We have that Cosmic Divide available in the hands of TSM FTX. Despite this being a save round, it could be a great idea if they're able to get that first blood off on their side, take somebody off of the Radiance team, be able to use those ultimates to secure the round. The Cosmic Divide could slow down that push, or it could be great for that retake. I like the Gravity well. I think, you know, they are prepared for TSM to be playing those aggressive angles, so Radiance kind of pushing them back in that way. It's very well done by them, but the showers control is still going to be gained, and a rotation is actually going to be pulled towards the B site.
Oni didn't really get much out of that, but some information. Right now, that drone is coming through for Radiance, and Decop's going to be able to get that first initial pick. Although, the question is, will they be able to continue this?
The shorty!
It was, I mean, shorty supremacy. I do have to say, I like the shorty. I've been growing accustomed to it a little bit more, and right now, their TSM really just has to keep the kills coming. They cannot stop at this rate, especially since next round, it is going to be that match point, and this is the round that they really need to pull through, but it is kind of a stage round here for TSM. Although that Vandal coming in Decop's hand might just be able to clutch the round up here, Ash.
Spike now going down for the 2 situation, but Radiance does have that gun advantage still. The slows coming out as well are huge. Venture, what a great peek from them, turning it into 2v3.
Venture's watching around the corner. Oh, just waiting, but just not able to get that wall bang through. Extremely unfortunate. That defusal is coming down from Oni, and right now they just gotta push through. Fiend cannot wait, but the stick on the defusal is just gonna, it's just gonna work. I mean, there wasn't necessarily anything you can do. That was a hard position to be in because the way the spike was planted.
Yeah, unfortunately, the spike was not planted in the favor of B long, so it was difficult to play that post-plant position. However, Radiance is almost at match point now, 1 away. Could be able to grab match point here on this. I was going to say it was their last buy, but no, now looking at the numbers, definitely is not. However, Fiend is 1 away from the resurrection. That could be a huge way to turn the tides for this round to go into the favor of Radiance as they hope to close out grand finals. But the Owl Drone is going to come out to clear showers, which is being held very aggressively, and Fiend is going to get that first pick. Resurrection now online, like I had just mentioned.
Well, I mean, it's hard. A lot of the players of TSM had already rotated here, especially knowing that there was
You are divided!
a lot of players from Radiance pushing up showers, but we are going to have this Cosmic Divide coming online here. ZK is trying to play off of it as much as possible, especially holding this contact here. Might just be able to peek out. Possibly getting one, but there is one coming through. It seems like TSM is having the upper hand here, although it's trades on trades, and Radiance does have the numbers. Oh, and Pain peeking around the corner! But that, I mean, like you said previously, that resurrection is going to be coming up, and it's going to be an important one because now it's going to leave Precision all by their lonesome, which could have been a 1v2 was now a 1v3, and that's going to leave Precision having to use at least some of that util to dismember the opposing side.
2v1 situation. Radiance is doubled up in the wall there. Oh, not quite able to get the flick off. Seth is going to close out the round with the 3K. Match point now for Radiance. That's a tough situation for Precision to be in, and a timeout is going to be called from TSM, looking to maybe slow the momentum of Radiance down a little bit, talk over their defensive strategy, revisit how they would like to play this round out. I honestly think that at this point, it's been a long time coming for TSM, but I think they got to give up that showers control in favor of something else. I mean, if you can't maintain control of showers and it's not working out for you, to continue to play that positioning and to have that early pick go off, lose a member of your team, it's pretty detrimental, putting holes into your defense. You can look for map control elsewhere, such as short, get that hookah control, or even try to push out to Fountain from B long. But they're expecting at this point. I mean, Radiance has that setup. They have the gravity well to, ward off anybody who might be either opping, pushing through showers, whether it's going to actually grab that person or cause them to fall back to A site. And there's really no point in really walking into that piece of utility anymore. We're going to see Pony is forcing up to the operator here. And it's a rough buy. Unless there's a huge fumble from Radiance, this round really should go towards them considering the save / force that TSM is on.
I mean, I don't know. We've seen some really good thrifties come out. I think that might be another option as well. This could possibly be a pretty good thrifty coming out, especially with the operator from Pony, which could definitely be one of those clutch factors. But I mean, as it is, just not being able to get that first initial pick with the operator and having to retake here possibly as majority of the players of Radiance go on to a site, I think that operator might not have a lot of meaning unless Pony can make a lot of use of it with this retake.
I mean, they don't really have a choice, right? It is match point. TSM has to take the next 3 rounds for themselves to be able to tie it up. And a bit of a nail biter. I don't think TSM is expecting this hit from Showers, and Fiend is going to grab one early on. Showstopper's going to come out to clear sight as well, and Payan's just waiting in pocket.
Oh, Rebo. I like this. Payan was waiting in that pocket. Rebo had they had that information that, hey, Viper's 100% in that smoke. They're going to play off this. Rebo, be a little bit more cheeky. And I mean, as it is, it's an operator showdown with Fiend having that operator, getting that first initial pick and being able to at least watch these angles very aggressively. And I think I like one of those details about the operator, being able to hold those angles aggressively and be promised to pick on the occasion that you don't whiff that. But now Pony head just getting taken off, and Radiance is going to be taking... Radiance is just going to be taking everything